Hello, and welcome to episode 3 of Talking Snacks, a gaming podcast. I'm joined by, as always...
it's me again, Cuff. What's up? Three for three.
You always sound so unsure when we start these.
You just throw it haphazardly, like, intro. Hey, it's me, and then just...
Here we are.
Vaguely motion.
Yeah. But you know it's
But
coming.
we are here, though, yeah.
How you been? It's been a week, normally.
Been alright. It's a bit of, same old, I suppose. Nothing really too extravagant happened. Nothing really stood out. It was a week. How about you? Anything going on?
Actually, I had a full work week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they actually scheduled me all week. In a hard battle for hours, I believe. So.
Yeah, that is a thing. No matter where you work, it's either do full-time plus a bunch of crazy hours afterwards, or
that you don't want to do, or then you end up like this.
Yeah, or you're just strictly part-time, and if you even approach 40 hours, you are dancing with the devil, or dancing with danger. That's how Subway was back in those days. Like, if you were declared part-time and you started getting close to full-time hours, they were like, nope, you're about to get written up. Weird.
I've been trying to actively work a little more so I can pay for some of this stuff. As most people will see, I haven't been working on a video this week. Actually,
a word?
Yeah.
Where are you putting it?
No, I have not been working on a video.
Oh, you have not been working
yes.
on it.
I had some gracious person buy me some computer upgrades. Had quite a bit of trouble with it throughout the week.
No.
So trying to fix all that. Still haven't got it resolved, but computer's in working order, so videos have been just kind of...
now.
Yeah, just kind of been postponed. But it was a nice gesture. We're going to try something else and hopefully give me a little better performance here on this machine of mine. What you been playing?
Borderlands 3. Just all day, every day. Borderlands 3. I say all day, every day, but it's only been out 2.5 days.
Yeah, I was about to say, when did that drop? Friday?
Thursday night. Yeah, Friday, technically. Me, Jesse, and Graham started up a playthrough. Went hard for about 3.5 hours. Then we all got sleepy and was like, all right, till next time. And
has it been that struggle to get everybody back online
not
at the
really.
same time?
It hadn't been as bad as I thought it was going to be. Because, scheduling as adults to play just a singular game all at the same time and enjoy it is, one of those things sometimes nigh and unobtainable. But actually, so far, it's been pretty good.
People do like to scoff at you when you tell them that you're trying to do nothing but play games. Hey man, come out and do this. No, I got scheduled to play some video games with people.
Scheduled for Borderlands 3. That to me is the same as someone saying, "Oh, I've got to go.
I got plans,
my
man.
firstborn is coming." I'm like, okay, well, that's cool. Borderlands 3 is my baby, I guess.
Yeah, we was doing the same thing with Shadowbringers, I believe. Nobody could pry me away from that.
Yep.
Yeah. So how's everybody enjoying the Borderlands?
Well, I don't know if you realize it. I was just going to touch base on this a little bit, like the drama around the Borderlands 3 launch itself, how it's on the Epic store and nothing.
Yeah, no, that was a while back, but yeah.
Our Lord and Savior Steam. Just little things like that just bother me, that the actual game itself is not what's got people up in arms, but anyway, that's besides the point. I just find it silly. And even like Graham was telling me at launch, it was like, people are angry because people's frame rates aren't the right thing and there's textures popping here and there, and I'm like, man, the game just launched. Like, Jesus Christ, at least it was playable. Gears 5 was unplayable, and that's like the biggest
it was
computer server based thing in the world. You got Microsoft, they can't even do a real good launch, but Gearbox's thing, we played it for 3.5 hours straight and no issues at all.
I did read that it's been getting review bombed, but I think that's just, I don't know. Once again, the culture that we are in, just angry about one thing, and they'll just...
Yeah, and then just exaggerate it.
They don't even care about the game itself. They're just bombing it for the Epic Game Store, and then, like you said, performance issues. But the game fucking plays.
Exactly. And, it does have a few faults that are Borderlands staples, like, the texture pop thing. If you're not used to that, then I don't know what to tell you. But my biggest issue with it is that if you've played Borderlands before, you know what I'm talking about with like the Echo device. Everybody talks to you through your Echo device, your little headset thing, I guess, if you will. And it does that thing where you pick up a mission, you have somebody telling you what the mission is. They're talking. They're doing their thing. And then, like, say you go to another part of the mission and pick up another thing. While that person's still talking, it gets immediately cut off, and people start talking over each other. You know, it does that whole thing. And it kind of breaks immersion a bit. You know, when you have, like, someone who's the mission giver talking, whether it be, like, Claptrap or Lilith or whoever, and then, like, you walk 10 feet away and shoot a different guy, but that guy's part of a different mission, and the person that's for that mission starts talking over that, and it's just like, you know, a little bit. You learn to live with it, though. I mean, it's Borderlands, but
probably get fixed.
Maybe,
imagine.
Maybe, I don't know. They never fixed it in Borderlands 2, but like I said, you learn to live with it. It's not a big deal. Gameplay-wise, fantastic. This game feels so great compared to Borderlands 2. Did you ever play any Borderlands 1 or 2 at all?
I played and beat Borderlands 1 forever ago. Years ago. I dabbled in 2 and dabbled in the pre-sequel, I think. Whichever one was another mainline shooter, because I know they had, like, the Tales from Borderlands.
Yeah, that was the Telltale thing.
Yeah, I've never been a big fan of those, but it's just
canon,
me.
Apparently. I didn't realize that towards the end of my playthrough of that, but stuff in there is canon, which is sad. Rest in peace, Scooter Main. But anyway, now that they nailed the gameplay of this game, the movement and gun shooting just feels phenomenal.
It looks like more fluid with the way
so much more fluid.
Yeah, when the demo or whatever they called it when they announced it, and they just kind of showed how you can slide, you know, just modern quality of life things.
Yes.
Yeah,
Everything.
Things that are in like every FPS at this point.
All of its welcome changes. The biggest thing is that bullets are hit scan now. That wasn't a thing in the other Borderlands game. It was hardly noticeable, but if you're a seasoned Borderlands player, like I like to consider myself,
I gotta leave.
Yeah. Especially in Borderlands 2. I don't remember it so bad in Borderlands 1, but then again, it's been forever ago. But it does that weird thing where if you shoot at a guy, if he's even slightly moving like to the left or right and your reticle is on him, the bullet won't hit because there's just the slightest little bit of bullet travel time to make it where the bullet goes by him. That's not a thing anymore, and it's fantastic. It just feels nice to shoot guns. And I don't want to take up too much time with that. There's millions of other things I could talk about, but it's a good game. What you been playing?
Like I said, I've been doing the Gears. Gears 5. I completed the storyline actually earlier today. Took me a while. I got stuck on multiplayer, and I had a decent but terrible time with Horde. Got to the third to last wave, and then had server issues. This was towards the the launch
Closer
of the
to
game.
Launch time,
Yeah, and that destroyed my whole anything to go back to Horde mode, at least for now. Multiplayer though, god damn it, it's just fun. Competitive as all hell. I know it's shotgun heaven, but fuck it, it's fun.
Yeah.
I really enjoy it. You've beat the game as well. I don't want to do too many spoiler-esque things, but what did you think of the story?
Without avoiding spoilers, I like the story. Gears usually has a good campaign, as always, Locusts are just an evil fucking menace, and everything just goes from bad to worse, and then there's like a good point where you're like, oh man, there's a fighting chance. Nope, everything's going to shit.
Yeah, like I said, I think last podcast maybe, I haven't been into the Gears universe for a while, so I've skipped out story-wise quite a bit. 3 and 4, I played a little of 4, not enough to claim that I know anything happens in the story, but it does have like a little intro to kind of clip you into where the story is now.
Yeah.
And that got me up to speed, but still I don't know where or when JD and Dell came into the picture. I'm guessing 3.
No, they were introduced in 4.
Oh, 4?
Yeah.
Okay, see.
That's all good.
It seemed
You
like
don't really need
they were
to-
part of established lore in 4, because you just kind of open up to them, and I'm like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah, there was a big time skip after 3. It was a 25-year time skip, and that's
That's why everybody has beards now.
that's why everybody has
Gray hair and beards.
gray hair and beards, or they're bald, or they're older, whatever. But yeah, you don't really need to know all the ins and outs of the story to play Gears of War 4. I mean, this isn't even really much of a spoiler, but the whole story, you're just trying to get the Hammer of Dawn back online, which if you played any Gears of War game is like the ultimate super weapon.
Yeah.
Like literal satellite laser, which when you think about it, I don't know why they got rid of it in the first place.
They kind of explain it.
I know, but still, like, you would think they would know how the Locust operates at that point. Like, oh, they're gone, we're good, it's peacetime, but just in case. Anyway, that's just me, but...
One thing I did notice that I took note of, do you remember at the beginning of the game where you were given options? Like, do this or this. It was pretty close towards the start of the game. It's like, hey, do you want to bring in these kind of drones, or do you want, like, military dropships or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
That kind of just stops being a thing after, like, Act 1.
Yeah, the first few missions.
Yeah, it doesn't really ever come back until one part towards the end, and...
Yeah.
I thought about it, and then it happened, and I was like, oh, but that really wasn't even the same thing. But yeah, like I said, there was like a dramatic decision that had to be made, and the decision-making things really just stopped being a thing after the first hour, really, it seemed like.
Yeah, well, eventually the game opens up into, like, free roam aspects, and they kind of do away with that whole, like, I guess, was it the word I'm looking for? It's shoehorned. Everything is linear. Those first few missions are just very linear, traditional Gears of War thing. So they, you get to pick what little robot allies you want, and then the game opens up into the free roam thing eventually, and you just kind of out on your own, no support. So yeah.
What'd you think of the free roam?
I like it, actually. I was worried about it at first when I first seen its reveal, but it actually works pretty well. It's cool investigating the little points of interest and stuff. I missed a bunch of shit in my first playthrough. But as I do, we started up a second playthrough. This is my insane playthrough.
I wish I would have finished the game with you. I'd have tried this with you, but...
Yeah, let's talk it. Well, I mean, Borderlands 3 is out now, so it's all over the place with what game console I'm on, who's playing with who, whatever.
What are you guys playing that on?
PlayStation.
Okay.
Yeah. But, I looked up, collectible guides, relic weapon guides, and God, I just drove by so much stuff that I don't even know was there, like just obvious thing. I was like, how do I walk past this giant, glowing, shiny collectible that's literally right there? I'm like, what? Oh well.
I'm not much for collectibles. Didn't really care. Would you call them relic weapons?
Yeah, the relic weapons. Yeah.
Didn't really care about those because it seems like they're just one use. They're cool little things to just use real fast. They're neat, but
they are neat. They're not anywhere as overpowered as I thought they were going to be. Like, one of the first ones you get is that sniper rifle, it's got 2 shots.
Yeah.
If you get an active reload, and I'm like, my God, that's busted. I'm keeping this thing the whole time. But it's not as overpowered as, like, you would think. Most of them are like that. When you pick them up, you're like, man, that's crazy. This better, like, prime example, same little snowy area, the first free roam part, you get a relic retro lancer, the slow shooting one with the bayonet on it. It's a grenade launcher. It fires explosive rounds. You're like, well, that's not the most busted thing. I don't know what it...
So it has the bayonet on it, and it has grenades.
No, the bullets themselves are, like, explosive rounds.
Oh,
yeah.
That's pretty neat.
It's neat.
Yeah, like I said,
Yeah, well, I mean, when you first try it out, you're like, man, this thing is just tearing stuff up. But no, it's not as... Especially on Insane. If you pop out a cover to shoot at one specific guy a few times, you're pretty much dead. It's really just about... On Insane difficulty, that is. It's really just about seeing what the encounter is and being like, I gotta play this smart. Otherwise, you're gonna die 15 times. And I've had plenty of encounters like that. But that's the challenge of Insane. I guess that's why it's called. They call it that. Aptly named.
Yeah. One thing I wanted to bring up. What was your favorite Jack ability?
Oh, and well...
Because I feel like we'll probably have the same one, but that maybe not.
No, because... My first playthrough, I did it on hardcore or experienced, whatever. I really liked the shock trap thing. I used that all the time, and I was, especially once you get the ultimate upgrade for it, the one you have to find. I was like, it homes in on him, it follows him around. There's nothing better than that. I happened a co-op thing with Jake, and he's like, dude, it's all about the flash ability. Like, it stuns things and freezes them if you have the ultimate thing. And I'm like,
don't you do more damage to them? I believe.
Yeah, if they're frozen, they take more damage. They're stunned longer, and I had that on my playthrough, and I used it a few times, and I guess it just didn't really perform like I thought it was going to. I hopped in the co-op thing with Jake, and he's using it on everything. It freezes everything, literally any enemy in the game. I don't know about Brumog, but all the big baddie enemies, like the carriers and snatchers, pouncers and stuff, you straight up freeze them. I'm like, that is my new favorite one. So the flash is probably to Took forever to answer that question.
It's all good. It's all good. We're here. We got time. We got time.
Yeah.
Hijack. Hijack was just the best for me. I tried my hardest to find the ultimate upgrade for it, where they would explode if they're killed while they're whatever. But you could use that on anybody.
Yeah.
Except for, like you said, probably Brumax. I know you can use them on carriers, but I think you can use them on everybody else.
You can. I know you for a fact you can use them on Scions.
Yeah.
Which is.
And you can use them on the little drones. They'll come over and give you shields instead of them. But yeah, I got the little trophy achievement thing for basically controlling everything. Yeah. Because I did, what are they called? The big stick guys?
The warden guys.
Wop sticks, yeah. Wardens, yeah. Wardens, Scions, Hunters. It's just great.
Yeah. I did use that one a lot, actually.
I couldn't find that,
upgrade for it?
Yeah. I know it was in the second. Yeah, the second.
It's in the desert area for sure. That area was a lot less obvious when it came to free roam things.
It's also smaller.
Yeah.
It was one straight line.
Pretty much. But like in the snowy area, it's easy to spot like a point of interest. You know.
Yeah, because they had the flag.
Yeah, everything's snow. Like the desert area had like ruins and stuff everywhere. And I'm like, is that a place you can explore?
Yeah, I would go past things and be like, should I hop off and look at this?
Yeah, like, is that a thing? I don't know. And I haven't gotten to that part on my insane playthrough yet because Borderlands 3 life.
Yeah.
But I missed a bunch of stuff in that area, especially in that one part. Well, I don't want to say never mind. Spoilers.
Yeah, it's all good. But yeah, Gears 3, loved it. Story mode, it's pretty good. One small fault. I didn't like the co-op door opening bullshit that happened every 5 feet.
Oh yeah, no, that
got on my goddamn nerves.
Yeah, I feel like it's a lot more of it in this game actually, as opposed.
I didn't know if it was hidden load screens, but like it was like every 5 feet with this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Help me open this door.
Literally every room is like, help me open this door. Oh god, enemies! Help me open this door. Yeah.
It's like, why was that needed?
I don't know. I guess because, like you said,
Possibly.
gotta load the next instance, the next area, whatever. Yeah, doesn't break the game, but it is annoying. Anyway, games we've been playing pretty much all week long.
Yeah, I was gonna get to Final Fantasy, but
Gears life. Boy.
Yep, Gears got me. Moving on to other things. You see that crazy shit? Jamie, pull up that video. No, that crazy shit Nintendo's doing with.
You showed me the crazy shit, and I don't know how I feel about it.
It's like a ring, and it's an RPG game, but it's. I don't know. Think Wii Fit, but with a ring that you put controllers on.
It's a literal steering wheel.
Yeah.
You showed it to me, but all right. So we should probably break this down, right?
I don't know how to.
For our listeners, this is a real thing. I know it's going to sound silly, but apparently Nintendo is working with. I forget the name of it now. I made a point to remember who it was, but now I can't. It's like you said, it's a Wii Fit game, but it has its own controller. It's a steering wheel.
It's more like a fitness wheel. It's bendy.
Well, yeah, yeah, sure. But so it's like a steering wheel cover.
Yeah. There you go.
And you put one Joy-Con on it, on the steering wheel cover.
And then it has a leg strap that comes with it, and you put and you put another Joy-Con in your leg strap.
Put the other one on your leg strap, and it is a dungeon crawly RPG type thing where you do everything you do in the game is stuff you do. So like in the gameplay trailer thing we watched, like the character in game was running
down like a little alleyway, and the character or the player was actually jogging in place.
Yeah, just like bobbing up and down, and I was like.
And then they showed him going upstairs, and she was kind of doing like a higher lift on her legs, to actually get up and
like leg raises and stuff.
But that's all fine and all, but the combat looked so. I don't want to say it looked cool, but it was definitely
different,
inventive. I guess it's cool.
Like
I thought it was cool.
The biggest mind blower thing to me was like just how good the game looked. Like I don't know what kind of budget they have for this, but like it's got nice cel shaded graphics.
It's like almost like a what is it? Not Dragon Age. What's the cartoony one Square Enix does?
I don't know. I was gonna say it looked a lot like the new Zelda game with that like cel shady type, like a
5 minutes from now, I'm just gonna yell out a title.
That's
just
fine.
hold
Yeah.
that on.
Yeah. Right.
But it kind of.
It just looks wild. The combat, you attack enemies based off of what exercises they're weak to, So
yeah, you had to do like a leg squeeze or you
yeah,
put the ring down and it. Yeah, I don't understand.
At one point, I remember she did like 2 squats in a row, and then a giant like ethereal foot stomped on an enemy. It's like, this is something. I'm not gonna say it looks dumb because it's definitely.
It'll get people moving. I think it looks cool, but
$80 is a bit steep.
It's coming with. It's not really a controller. It seems like a
apparatus.
Yeah, something you put a controller in.
Yeah, you could play the same game with like a cardboard tube, like just take a paper towel roll, make a circle out of it, and there you go.
I mean, you probably don't need it at all. You could probably just do the right motions. You could probably just sit there and cheat the whole thing just by throwing shit around and waving your arms.
No, but we had the funny idea of like, what are speedruns going to look like with this? Because in my head, it just seems like a very highly exploitable thing, where like, if you play the game as it's intended, you'll probably get a decent workout. But people are going to be like, oh, it's just based off the gyroscopic movement, so all you have to do is this, and it thinks you're exercising.
We brought a money counter and we just put the Joy-Con in it and we just hit the button.
It's like, man, this guy's really rolling, burning all kinds of calories. How'd he do that? What's his heart rate? Negative.
Oh yeah, somehow the Joy-Con senses a heart rate. It has the little IR sensor on the bottom of
HD Rumble, baby.
That's just Nintendo. What do they do? What do they do?
Everything. They go back to the lab.
Oh man,
People got bored of that real quick, huh?
Yeah, cardboard.
As a pun.
Yep. That's
about all our gaming news, or that we bothered to look up.
I'm terrible at this. I'm getting the hang of it. It'll be okay, guys.
No, I don't think you're terrible at it, but we're already 20 minutes in. We got other things to talk about.
Yeah, what do you think of that new Call of Duty? They're renaming the game the same name it was 20 years ago.
Yeah, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, not to be confused with Call of Duty 4 or Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare remake, HD, port, master, whatever.
Oh yeah, there's 2 of those technically.
Yeah. So Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
It'll probably just end up being dubbed Call of Duty
the
Modern Warfare 2019.
The new Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Everybody, that's always a thing, right? Like, you play the new Call of Duty?
Oh yeah.
The
new they give you the head tilt with the eyebrow raise. Yeah. The new one.
You played the new Call of Duty?
Been a staple for 20 years now.
Mm-hmm. Even back in high school, it's like you got 4, and then you got what? World at War. You played the new Call of Duty.
The new one.
You talking about World at War? Modern Warfare. Then what came out after that? Modern Warfare 2. You played the new Call of Duty. Which one? The new one. Anyway, digressing. The gameplay.
We might have to start recording these because this is hilarious.
The gameplay. What can you say? It's Call of Duty. It looks good, smooth. I like.
It's just samey to me. It looks good. It's gonna run good. It's just like every other fucking Call of Duty. Sorry to cut you off. That's just how I feel about them.
No, I do like. As far as I know, like I haven't played a Call of Duty game since like Advanced Warfare.
The one with the jetpacks and the exoskeletons.
Once it got Titanfall levels, I was like, that's too much for me. But the gunplay in this game is pretty cool, actually. Like, guns actually have kick and like heft to them. They sound good. All the Call of Duty games I played, like, they're basically just like laser beams, like Nerf guns.
Oh yeah.
You aim and you shoot, and bullets just go. Your gun doesn't move except if like you're using like a high recoil gun or whatever.
Machine gun.
Yeah, something. But like in all the little gameplay snippets I've seen, like, guy was running around with an AK-47. He fired it, and it actually looked like the gun was kicking and stuff. He had to adjust for recoil. But other than that,
Dragon Quest.
Same old Call of Duty.
Dragon Quest.
Dragon Quest. There you go.
Thanks.
That's the game.
Yeah, the cell shaded.
Damn, I forgot about that. Yeah. Yeah, cell shaded.
Yeah. Man.
Did it though. Took a minute.
But yeah, we watched some guy. I don't know his fucking YouTube name or whatever, but we watched him play because I'm not going to be bothered with playing that, to be honest with you. Like I said, I don't really do the Call of Duties, but he was pretty decent at the game.
Yeah, he was killing it. Unless he was playing against toddlers, which, I mean, it's a beta, so that's likely.
But everything looks good when you're good at it.
Mm-hmm.
If I was to hop in and get 38 kills in a row just by throwing a, grenade,
Yeah.
I don't know, but
I mean, look, that's about all there is to say about it. Looks solid. It's Call of Duty. What more do you expect? It's cleaner. Runs good.
Are they gonna add a provocative moment? Are they gonna do the no Russian again?
Oh,
I read that they were supposed to do something like that, or it's gonna have some kind of moment like that. But
I mean, that's basically
good luck with that in 2019.
All I remember of Call of Duty stories, aside from like no Russian, that was the big controversial one, is basically just playing a Michael Bay movie, right?
Oh,
like
yeah.
That's all Call of Duty.
Well, the earlier ones were a little more grounded. They seemed like, war heavy instead of like technology.
Well, like that's Call of Duty 3 was one of my favorite campaigns of all time, and then Modern Warfare came out, and you're basically just like Rambos.
Yeah.
And it's like, plant these charges, snipe that guy, shoot this, assassinate, pilot that helicopter. Everything that they do is just over dramatized. Like, you ever seen the joke like back in the day where it's like, oh, there's a helicopter in a Call of Duty game. Guess what's about to happen?
Spiral down and explode.
It spirals down and explodes, but the whole crew lives somehow, and you fight up. To
Except for the pilot. The pilot's never live.
Oh, the pilots. Yeah, the pilots always die.
Yeah, but you're fine in the back, bouncing around.
Yeah,
Never
sure.
have your little seatbelts on.
God, what's physics? I need that. I got a knife.
Remember, what was that hard mission at the end? Mile High Club or whatever was the achievement.
Yeah.
I remember doing that a million times on the hardest difficulty, but I got it. If you look at my old gamer tag,
I think
10 years ago. Yeah.
I don't know if I got that one on veteran or not.
Yeah, I got it. It was.
I might have, but
it's
been so long since I've done it. I remember watching videos of people beating it in like 6 seconds or something, where they're just like, run here, duck behind this chair, throw a flashbang, bam, there, ignore that guy, knife that guy, bam, I'm at the door,
Yeah.
the pilot's door, or whatever. I'm like, how the fuck? What?
Meanwhile, as soon as I spawn, I get shot 38 times.
Yeah.
Actually, it's one bullet because it's veteran. But
I think I did beat it on veteran. What's the do you remember the achievement name? Is Mile High
I think it's called Mile High Club.
for beating it on veteran? Yeah. I think I've got that one. I kind of want to go back and check now. I might do that when I get home. Anyway, would be Call of Duty to death for good or bad, I guess.
Yeah.
What else we got?
Well, an oldie but a goldie. I remember you guys being really, really into this back in the day. It's actually getting a Switch port, and that is Castle Crashers.
I love Castle Crashers.
Not much really to say, but because I'm the only one that I know that has a Switch. I think Graham does, but
Jake does. I don't know.
Really?
His is just a Super Smash Brothers machine, as far as I know.
Yeah. But I'm sure for newcomers it's cool. People that never played it, that's great. But people like us that probably played it on original Xbox,
we played that game.
And I'm pretty sure it came to the new systems.
It got a PS3 port, I know, because they added exclusive characters to it. They added the Pink Knight, which was one of them. Was that during the XBLA days? The
Yeah.
Xbox Live Arcade days?
Yeah.
Yeah, we played the absolute hell out of that game.
The game reminded me of like the old Newgrounds Flash games.
Yeah, that's who did it.
Really?
Yeah, I was about to say Dan Harmon. That's not his name. It's a Behemoth production. It's Dan something and Tom Fulp and all those big Newgrounds people.
The same people that did Alien Hominid. I loved that game.
Alien Hominid.
That shit was hard as fuck, but it was fun.
It was fun, yeah. Battle Block Theater. They also did that one after Castle Crashers a little later on. God, I cannot remember that guy's name, and it's going to bother me. So you talk. I'm going to Google it because I should know that.
But yeah, I don't think that'll be anything for us, considering we played and beat the shit out of it. But newcomers, welcome to a game that'll never probably get a sequel or anything else.
It's a solid game. Like, if you just like old kind of side-scrolly 2D, beat 'em up, I guess.
Yeah, beat 'em up would be the perfect word, I think. We do have Link's Awakening remaster coming up. I played this when I was
Paladin.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah.
Didn't take quite as long as mine did, but
I googled mine. Did yours off of raw memory, which is impressive.
I did play Link's Awakening back. I was way too young. I don't remember how I got the game. I probably borrowed it from someone, but I played it on Game Boy. And
this is the SNES one.
No, it's a Game Boy one.
Oh, Game Boy one.
Link's Awakening, yeah.
Which one was the SNES one?
Link to the Past.
Oh, okay. My bad.
And where this falls into the timeline, I don't know, because I don't think Nintendo cares.
Out of the 30-something Link adventures.
Yeah. And it all depends on, did he die at Hyrule Castle, or did Ganon win, or did he not win? Because that's when the timeline splits. Or
when does Doctor Strange get involved? It's the multiverse, right?
Oh, yes. Yeah. But no, game looks good. I would damn my phone, always, every time.
You gotta put that on silent. We're professional.
Yeah, very professional. I played it as a kid with no fucking internet, and
it's Kim. I'm sorry. Just, you got a message. Just thought I'd let you know.
But yeah, playing a Zelda game as a kid with no internet or no walkthroughs, oof.
Oh, yeah, that can be rough.
It was rough as hell. I don't remember ever beating it. I remember being stuck on just certain... I don't even...
Yeah,
it's so long, so...
I had the gold cartridge one. Which one was that? On the NES.
Oh, that's just the basic Zelda.
That's just basic Adventure or Legend of Zelda. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I couldn't beat that game. I couldn't play that game. Because, like, literally, the first thing you do, you go to the castle, but then after that, it's like, what?
Are you talking about the 2D side-scroller one?
No, I'm sorry. I got it mixed up. My bad. The one on the NES, where first thing you do is you go get the sword from the uncle, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
or whatever he is. Some
I had
man in a cave.
Yeah, I had
it's dangerous to go alone.
Take this.
Yeah.
That game made no sense to me.
I mean, it didn't have a narrative. It didn't tell you where to go. You just kind of did.
Well, it also didn't help that I was like maybe 7 at the time, and that was just one of the games that my dad had, and I was like, oh, try this one out.
I've heard and read shit of people that were actually older than us when that game came out. We weren't even alive when that came out. Originally.
Well, yeah.
So, but people of age at the time, they actually would take notebook paper and draw out the map.
Oh yeah. I can believe it.
That's crazy.
I mean, that's cool to me. I think that's awesome.
But lack of resources. No internet to even think about.
I never got that dedicated, but I did. Depending on the game, you ever use those notes sections in the back of game manuals when games
I think I put some cheats. Put some cheats in the back of them, but other than that,
yeah, GTA 3 Vice City had all the cheats on my notes back there. I was about to try
shout
to
out to Scholastic Book Fair.
Shout out to Tips and Tricks.
Oh, dude, I still love Tips and Tricks.
I still have some of those in my house. That's how I got all the treasure in Resident Evil 4. Shout out to Tips and Tricks. Big ups to them. You're talking about the big, thick, cheap manual.
Yeah, the ones,
like, almost look like a dictionary.
Yeah, you tell your parents that there's a book fair, they'd give you a nickel. Mm-hmm. You walk in there expecting to buy everything. You can't even buy the cheap book that you want. So you buy a pencil topper and come home and cry until they give you $5. You go back and you finally get it to come home and realize that it doesn't even have the cheat codes for the game that you wanted it for to begin with.
Yeah, we're already going on tangents now. But I remember one time, a good old New Vision. We had the Scholastic Book Fair, and this was the year I wanted to buy something, and I was like, oh, well, what can I buy that's not expensive but is a good middle ground? I was like, posters. They have posters here. So I'm looking through the posters, and I'm like, I just want a cool one. And it was a poster of like a Lamborghini or a Ferrari or something. I'm not even a car guy. I'm like 10. I'm like, that just looks cool because it's a cool car. I want that. $4. That's insane. They want $4 for a poster. But
what a good marketing scheme, though. Let's just slap useless knickknacks into a school. Mm-hmm. And then, let kids beg parents for money.
Bro, see me at a Scholastic Book Fair now. I'd buy everything up in there.
Push the kids out of line. Get out of my way.
I walk up in there, act like Bill Gates or something. What book you want? That one? $3.50. Man, I got that for days, homie.
I remember I bought Lemmings Paintball.
Lemmings Paintball?
Yeah, it was a Lemmings game, but it was like a shooter thing. It was weird. I didn't even have a computer. I just bought it. I bought it, came home and stared at it. My uncle who lived next door, he had a computer, and he let me come up there and rarely play it. Nice. I never played that fucking game. I bought it, played like the first level, and then now I think I did it the other day. I watched like a YouTube just like Let's Play of like Lemmings Paintball, and I was like, man, that game is awful. Good thing I didn't play it. But back.
Favorite Legend of Zelda, go.
Wind Waker.
Oh, that's the same for me. Why? Yeah. Elaborate.
Elaborate. Well, first of all, let's take the art. Just take the art style.
That's
good.
Yeah,
it does.
It's beautiful.
Plus, Link's face.
Oh yeah.
I know that bleeds right into it, but the dumbfounded face or the intrigued face. His faces, and just the overall exploration. That was the first like mainline 3D Zelda game that literally just dropped you in an open world.
Mm-hmm. I love
a 3D open world, but it was so expansive. There were so many islands. You had to chart your own thing, and
no, it was cool for sure. Just being able to get on that ship. Shout out to whatever his name was. The ship, the red ship.
The King of Red Lions or something.
Yeah, whatever he is.
Yeah,
the sailboat. As soon as you get that, best believe I filled up that whole map. Just like what's on this island?
You had to feed the fish.
Yeah. It's just cool to you go around and it's like, oh my god, there's a tornado over there. Well, avoid that. I'll come back to that
I'll never
later.
forget, though, I stopped playing that game because the Triforce. Finding the Triforce towards the end of it, I think they fixed it in the Wii U port. I'm looking over here, but I think I have it digitally. But the Wii U port, they got rid of the scavenging for the Triforce, so they at least made it easier. But in the GameCube version, you had to actually find, like, I don't know, 10 pieces of a side of a Triforce.
No, yeah, you're right.
And you had to dig it up out of the ocean, and
that is right.
And it was awful. It was so hard.
I remember that now as you're saying it. That's about when I stopped playing too. Because I got all the main items, like the boots, the gloves, all that stuff, move the boulder. And then
just the way that game was laid out was really fun.
Yeah, no, it was great. But yeah, that's about where, right at the end, where it's like, get all the Triforce pieces so we can advance the plot. And I'm like, I don't even know where to begin.
I'm so sorry for anybody that was really looking forward to us talking about Link's Awakening.
Oh yeah, maybe we should get back on that. It's getting remastered. That's cool.
It does look good, art style. Going back to, Wind Waker, as we were just talking about, looked all cutesy and colorful. This one looks fucking adorable.
Was Link's Awakening the one with the 4-player?
No. Link's Awakening was the Game Boy game. And
yeah, didn't they have one on the Game Boy where you could...
That was a GameCube game.
Oh.
And you could attach Game Boys to it.
Shows how much I know about the...
That was Four Swords Adventure.
There you go. Yeah. You had the blue, red, purple, and green one.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is the one where he wakes up on the island with the big egg up top, and...
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
You probably know more about it than I do.
I just know it was hard as fuck as a kid. Probably be hard as fuck now.
Maybe.
But out of all the games they could have remastered, why that one? Who knows? Maybe
most of them already have HD remakes and stuff, right?
The two main... Well, I guess, yeah.
Ocarina of Time's got...
Yeah, they both do.
Yeah,
but they're on 3DS, which, what the fuck is that? You know?
But
hopefully with this one, they'll bring back the other Game Boy games and give them modern adaptations, because when you go back to hardware like that, it's it's rough to play, Yeah. But Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons, I believe, is what they were called. I could be wrong. But, yeah, maybe that'll give them some new light and bring them up to speed, because a lot of people don't even know about those, even hardcore Zelda fans.
As you were saying that, I was like, I've never heard of those.
Yeah. What else we got on the list? Ni no Kuni is actually coming out this week. A remaster for your main platforms. I guess it's getting a little facelift, some better resolution, some better frame rates.
Do you think they'll take out the 19-hour tutorial at the beginning of the game?
I don't know if I ever made it past that tutorial. I don't remember much of that game.
I didn't play the game at first, but I
got to the cooking pot. Do you remember Cooking Pot?
Nope.
Yep.
I didn't play it. Jake played it. And I just remember it was very hype at the time because it was a Studio Ghibli game, right?
Yeah.
Everybody was like, oh my god, Studio Ghibli's making a game. It's about to be the best game ever made. And then literally a week later, it's like, it's nothing but tutorials.
Yeah, it was a long intro. It took forever to actually get to, like you said, for it to stop holding your hand and you to be able to actually play the fucking game.
Well, that's most JRPGs anyway, though, right? It's like 6 hours in, you're still learning stuff.
I mean, that wouldn't be so bad if it literally restricts you from...
Oh, from doing anything until you
It's
get
what it
past
seemed
one.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember something about getting an ingredients pot and you could like make stuff with it, and I was like, Jesus Christ, this game's just
Wait,
never...
hold up. Favorite JRPG, go.
It's going to be a Final Fantasy VIII. I hate to say it.
There we go. All right. That's an honest answer. I like how you second guessed yourself. Like, this one. That's my solid answer.
I had to, you threw it at me. But yeah, it's actually interesting that this is getting a remaster for everything else, but it's actually just getting a basic Switch port. I figured the Switch was strong enough to kind of at least follow along with most modern consoles, maybe tone stuff down.
Well, it came out, originally on the PS3, right?
Yeah. And
I would think the Switch could handle a remaster. I don't know the specific specs right off the bat. I know it's significantly less than your PS4s and your Xbones, but I don't know. Does it outputs in 1080, doesn't it?
Yeah, it should, but I don't. Like I said, I haven't looked up.
Maybe it's a technical issue.
I haven't looked up the ports
the
and stuff.
two-screen thing or something. I don't know. It's for smarter men than us, and women, not the smarter people than us.
There you go.
Yeah.
Nice save.
I try.
But I probably won't pick that up. It's neat that it's on the Switch and coming to everything else again. Good way to play it. It'll look better. The game was fine. Cel-shaded games like that don't seem to age poorly anyway.
Yeah, that's a it's a good medium to use.
Yeah.
Just cell shaded anything. I mean, you boot up Wind Waker. Since we were just talking about that,
Yeah.
it still looks good.
Yeah. I mean, let's be honest. That Wii U port for Wind Waker made it.
Yeah, I'm sure it did.
Yeah.
I kind of wish I would have played it, but the Wii didn't. I didn't really use the Wii too much aside from Guitar Hero 3.
I did the same thing. I played some Call of Duties on it. Boy, let me tell you. Resident Evil 4, though. Best Wii port.
I disagree with that.
All right, let's move right on along to our last game on the list. There's a bunch more games coming out, but, we tried to pick interesting things and, move right along with life.
It's an indie game week.
Yeah, it's what it seemed like. Yeah,
it just...
A couple of PC puzzle games as well.
I didn't see any big name developers or whatever. Maybe they're big name in the indie development ring, but I don't play too many indie games unless it's like the indie game of the year, whatever.
Yeah. Drinkbox Studio dropped something, maybe. No. Untitled Goose Game. This game's been in limbo. It's what feels like, I don't know, for me, I've heard and read about it for at least a good year or so. And I tried to bring you up to speed on it, and the only gameplay footage we've seen was a 2018 IGN PAX West panel, 10 minutes, so...
It's I guess, I don't even know how to describe this game. It's a puzzle game?
It does, yeah.
Question mark?
It does look like it's a puzzle game.
It, basically, from what I've seen, is it drops you in a sandbox, like your level, whatever, and you have, like, a checklist of goose objectives you have to do, like... The one we seen was like annoy the farmer and steal his radio and it's just like a little checklist. And I guess if you have like a time limit to do them all in, because at one point it had the 5 minutes remaining thing.
Oh really? I didn't even see that.
Yeah, but that's just it.
So basically, you're an angry goose or just a piece of shit goose. You don't even. Maybe he has an objective, maybe he doesn't. But his agenda was to make a picnic, and there was a farmer up there farming. And you just do everything in your power to just be the biggest piece of shit goose that you can be. Mm-hmm. You honk, you bite, you steal his stuff.
Yep.
You take his keys, you splash him with water by turning on the hose. It's a very weird game. It looks great.
It looks, it's
like I said,
graphically
it's
wise,
an indie game. So
yeah.
I think it looks funny. If the price point is right, I'll definitely grab it. I'm saying $10, please. $20, okay. Anything over $20, I'm not.
Yeah, anything over $20 would be a little steep for that game.
Can we talk about the name?
Just Untitled Goose Game.
Untitled Goose Game. We wasn't sure if that was like actually the title, when it was revealed, but I think the developers just kind of caved in with what the internet donned it as. If it
I feel bad for that one guy who was like, "I've got the greatest." Name for this
Honkers,
game.
the Disturbia story.
Just like, I've got the best goose pun for this game ever, and then like some guy from like
the internet's blowing up. We gotta call it Untitled Goose Game.
The public relation guy just comes into the board meeting and he's like, guys, this game's trending right now on Twitter. People are just calling it Untitled Goose Game. How do we feel about that? Thumbs up? Thumbs down? Yeah.
One guy went home and cried.
He was like, they don't understand the potential. They're honking up the wrong pond.
But yeah, that looks fun. I think for Switch, I think it's coming out for Switch, PC, probably everything else. But definitely be a neat Switch game. Something just pick up, annoy a farmer, honk at him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Steal his picnic basket or whatever.
That looks really good.
Well, that's about all we got. You got anything else you wanna add?
No. I think we tangented, if that's the correct term.
We did some tangenting.
Yeah, we ran off for a while. But, yeah, I guess that about wraps it up for episode 3 of Talking Snacks, a gaming podcast. And thanks for joining us.